What is going on, gamers? This is JPlay from MMOing, and welcome to my Enshrouded Ask Me Anything devs live stream reaction, reading through dev notes to see what's going on with Enshrouded. I've been playing the game. I have about 300 hours in the game. I'm going to be starting a brand new YouTube series of me playing the game, full playthrough from beginning to end. I'm going to start a new world, new character, and go through the whole thing again because I want to do that live on stream because it's a really kick-ass game and I want to make more people aware of it. First thing I'm going to do is, if you're here coming into this channel now, you know that I'm going to be going over the devs just did this thing recently and shouted A.M.A. Thursday, April 18th. That's today. It started about an hour ago. I wanted to kind of wait a little bit before I started doing it because a lot of the comments started coming in about 10 minutes after. So the devs are answering questions. They had basically given them 3 days to ask questions on Reddit. Now they are responding to them live. It just began a little while ago. Let's read that. It said, "Hey everyone, we're going to get started. Just a quick message to introduce myself and the team members who are helping me out today. I'm Anthony. I've been at King Games for 19 years, and I'm the creative director. With me is Simon, our producer, who's been at King Games for 11 years, as well as our community team members, Cool User Bro and Toast. Their real names redacted to protect them from adoring masses, they have been with them for a long time. We also have our lead designer, Ben, and Cal, our senior QA specialist, who you may have chatted with on Discord. So what happened was, I think originally their idea was they were going to go ahead and take these questions that people have been putting on here for a week and post them to the top with stickies. But he said, "I'm not sure why Reddit isn't letting me sticky the comments directly. This platform hates me. But if you'd like to keep track of our answers, we have a bot here that's keeping track of everything." So we're going to click on the bot. And before we go over this, let's go ahead and look at the Enshrouded roadmap. So this was just released about a month ago in March. And the first update brought Hollow Halls, which they said they was going to be coming. So this was actually about a month and a half, 2 months ago. But the Hollow Halls dungeons have been added to the game already. Steam Deck support is still working on it. Performance improvements, obviously, they're always doing these, and then smoother, higher FPS gameplay. Location improvements, some have been done. They changed a couple areas in the game. There's YouTube videos on that of which areas have been modified or changed or made better. The improved loot UI was added. I like the new one better than the old one because the old one would pop up in the center of the screen. The new one actually just puts stuff down here on the bottom. Workshop crafts for Magic Chest, that has been added to the game. Better stack splitting has also been added to the game. Multiple NPC instances has not been added yet, but I'm sure that will be coming in a patch soon because they did say they're going to be trying to release things every 3 weeks. And the first update, I believe, was March 24th, March 23rd, March 26th, something like that. Or maybe March 28th. I don't remember, but it was not that long ago. And that update is what has been modified, what I've been talking about right here. The reassignable glider shortcut was that it basically can now add a key, a hot key for your glider. You can change that key. Sitting on furniture has also been added. Always working on post-processing and things like that. I don't think the more trees to grow has been added yet, but I might be wrong about that. They did add the windows and doors round so you can make your hobbit houses. They did add potted plants. They did add new building materials, which will probably be coming in most updates. Replayable world quests has not been added yet. Better quest sorting has not been added yet. The server gameplay settings, I do not know if that has been added. Server user rights, I'm not sure as well. Top Folks NPCs have not been added yet. Vanity system, I'm hoping that they do a couple things with the vanity system. The transmogrification, like in World of Warcraft or other games, would be cool. You can wear old armor sets and still keep the stats of the better set. So you can wear stuff that you like and not necessarily the best armor in the game, but you can still have the best armor in the game stats. I'm also hoping with this vanity system, they include some kind of display stands for weapons and armor. Because that would be really cool. I'm a collector. I like to collect things and have them visible. So I'd have like, a set of every armor on a fucking stand somewhere in my base, which would be cool. Edible signs they have not added yet, but I really would wish they'd get on that because that's something that I have been, building blocks into the ground that say words like pots and food and mats, so that I know what's where in my game. Musical instruments have not been added yet. Townsfolk pets not been added yet. Animal farming has not been added yet, but I'm sure that's going to be coming soon because it looks like they were ready to show this. They did add a new NPC with the Hollow Halls dungeon. I'm assuming they're going to add a new NPC with animal farming, like a husbandry type uh, NPC, which would be cool. I'm not sure. I'm just hoping. Enemy patrols, I don't think that's been added, but they have done some extensive changes on where enemies spawn and how many enemies spawn. I noticed that the packs of wolves used to be 2 or 3, and now they're like, you can get into situations there's like 8, 9 fucking wolves in one place, which is cool. Not saying I don't like it. It's just I think they have been playing with enemy spawns, but not patrols yet. The weather system has not been added yet. Mountain biome has not been added yet. The mountain biome is probably going to be to the northwest in the map. There is an area there where snow kind of cuts you off from going. When you walk in the snow, it slows your character down. So there is like a character effect that you get when you're walking in the snow, a physical effect. I'm thinking that might have to do with the weather system, might come into play. I'm not sure. We're all kind of guessing whether that's going to be actually affecting you in the game, where you have to wear different clothing to go into different zones, like kind of like Power World. So we'll find that out when it happens, but that has not happened yet. Portals to other servers. This sounds really cool, and basically, I'm not sure exactly how this is going to work, but I'm not sure if you could have a portal that points to other servers on your end, or your friend's servers, or any server at all, so you could port between servers from within bases on different servers. That would be kind of cool. Not really sure how that's going to be implemented yet, and we'll see if anyone answers any questions about that today. We have nameable bases. That is important because all our I have like fucking 4 home level 4s, and I'd like to know what they are because some of them are close together, and I do accidentally fast travel to the wrong base constantly, really. Nameable map locations also, that is very important to me. I cannot wait. That has not been implemented yet, neither has the nameable bases. Multiplayer pings has been implemented. Name tombstones, I'm not sure if that has been implemented or not because I have never really played with anyone else on the game. I've been solo the whole time so far. New enemies and bosses, some have been added. There are new bosses in the Hollow Halls. Fixing and polishing, they're always working on that, obviously. So here's a glimpse into some other major features coming later this year in early access. We have the sharing visiting bases. That's cool. You can share bases and this create a shared gameplay experience. Those two, we're not 100% sure how those are going to be implemented. Um, but I'm hoping that this is something that I'll talk about this later because we're going to get into the comments first. World events, obviously, instant dungeons, more biomes will be coming for sure. The mountain biome will be next. Not sure when that's happening yet. Maybe we'll find out today. And water, which was added. So let's get back into excuse me. Let's get back into the server here, and we'll start looking at some of these comments. So it looked like the comments. This is where he set the comments. So this is probably the first one here. Let's just jump in here. And this way, I guess the only way to do this is go in here and hit single thread. Then we can read the question and the answer. So that was that. Let's do this like we said. Dying. What is happening? Why is the bot not working now? Okay. I really like this game so far and would like to know which steps are next and maybe when for better Steam Deck support. Steam Deck version still needs a bit of optimization to earn its Steam Deck certified sticker. We're currently working on it. So still trying to get Steam Deck implemented correctly. Let's see what this one is. Okay. So here we have I stick my penis in my penis. For some reason, this question is not showing up. So, I guess we'll move on to here. Let's look at this one. Awesome game and really impressive that it was developed on a proprietary voxel engine. Is this engine something you plan to incorporate into larger games or maybe license to other studios, or was it made only for Enshrouded? Currently, the focus of the whole studio is to make Uncharted the best game possible and to ship it to other platforms to continue to support the game with updates beyond 1.0 release. We currently have no plans for future games, but we plan to improve the engine itself over time and use it for future projects. Cool, cool, cool. Let's see. I guess let's jump into this one. No, not trying to follow him, but oh well, that's okay. That's right. Such a great game. I've enjoyed countless hours adventuring, discovering new places. Great job. May I ask, what inspired you guys to make the game? Do you have any inspirations from other games in the genre? Keep up the great work. Easily one of my favorites, and I look forward to what you do in the future. All the best. And very cool. User Bro responded. It would be impossible to list all the games that inspired us in making Enshrouded. Game developers stand on the shoulders of giants. Some of the references are more obvious or immediate, so here are a few of these. Our very own Portal Knights, which was an amazing game that I played a lot on my stream. Zelda Breath of the Wild, Valheim, but also a certain extent the Souls game inspired us for the Abandoned World. Some aspects of combat. Sorry, no iframe during combat rolls. Everyone of us brings their own inspiration to the game. So if you think you recognize an influence somewhere, the answer is maybe. You should definitely make a 4-hour video essay on YouTube and let us know about it. Maybe we will do that. I'll make a 4-hour video essay. That'd be crazy. I'm gonna write that down. 4-hour video essay. I didn't really write it, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. No, I won't. I probably won't. I don't know. We'll find out. All right, so let's go back to the next question here. All right. My husband, friend, and I played Enshrouded and we loved it, but finished all the missions. Are there going to be more missions added in the near future? With every update, we will not only bug fixes and improvements, but also content. This usually, but perhaps not always, will mean new quests and new things to do. From time to time, we will add a new part to the world, a new biome. This will include new enemies, new quests, and much more. So I guess that's kind of a political answer. He didn't really answer the question. He said every update, which is not necessarily true, but then he said not necessarily in every update. So double talk, but that's okay. They're definitely going to be adding more quests in the game for sure. Let's see where we at. I think this was where he said, I'm not sure I read it. Yeah, that was just that post again. This bot is a little bit crazy to follow. Let's see what this one is. Appreciate the work on the game. We've enjoyed it a lot. In this game, do you expect to do further development on post EA? It's a bit early to talk about what's coming post early access, but we definitely want to keep working on Uncharted for as long as we can. We and also the community will not run out of ideas of what to add to the game anytime soon. Let's see this one. What was each team member's favorite game that holds a special place in their heart to this day? We have Keen Simon, Mr. Simon from Keen Games, Dungeons and Dragons pen and paper. Of course, that's still what I play. I play D&D constantly every Sunday. This is awesome. I feel like in the content. Okay, let's see. From very cool user bro, Dune, the 1992 cryo game. Nice. From Call, way too many to count. It's a bit cliche, but I can't go wrong with Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger was a bitchin' game on the Super Nintendo. Beyond Good and Evil, very cool. Toast, the original SSX series, especially SSX3. I get a blast of nostalgia just from hearing that game's soundtrack. And then from Ben, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, another classic game. That's cool. Little insight into the developers' brain sets when they're going through these games and making them and doing shit. Blah, 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 blah. Where am I at? Let's see. See what this one is here. How long did you develop Enshrouded for before the early access release? Did you work on it at the same time as Portal Knights, or did you stop development of Portal Knights before developing your next game? What led you to decide on a game like Enshrouded after a game like Portal Knights? We started work on prototypes for Enshrouded after development wrapped up on Portal Knights. Unfortunately, not our decision at the time, as we don't own the IP. Enshrouded is the first game we could self-publish, and we had lots of ideas how to improve on what we did with Portal Knights. The rough idea for the world of Enshrouded existed for quite a while before Portal Knights, but it was too ambitious to go for back then. Very cool. So they kind of Portal Knights is basically it's a voxel game exactly like Enshrouded. It's got the combat system Enshrouded uses. Of course, Enshrouded is much more defined and rounded out, much better. And Portal Knights is more of an animated game where they did a pretty good job with the graphics on Enshrouded to make it look more like realistic and fun. So I like Portal Knights though. It was a fun game. I spent probably about 300-400 hours in that game as well. um. Okay. Shared gameplay experiences. Mhm. Let's find out what this is. Hi, dev team. Thanks for doing this. What features are you guys most excited about working on? The shared gameplay experiences, because I'm a huge fan of user created adventure maps. Give me your parkour challenges, your obstacle courses, give me your Volca mazes, give me your Tuscany bathrooms. Oh, shit! Oh, dude. Okay. This just verified what I was talking about before, what I didn't really get into. Okay. Create and share gameplay experiences. Apparently, yeah, there's so many ways they could do this. Okay, I know. So they have also the portals to other servers. Originally, when they were talking about shared gameplay experiences, now they're talking about creative adventure maps, giving your parkour challenges and obstacle courses. I believe this is either going to be Flame Altar based, where you can build a base inside a Flame Altar, and then you can share that base on a proprietary website through Keen Games or wherever, or mod pages that you could do, or maybe Nexus mods. But you could basically build something inside your Flame Altar and then share that with the community. That would be fucking awesome. Or maybe even, I guess, like, world sharing is already possible. You just give somebody access to your world. But I'm sure that maybe putting in the transporting from server to server with portals could make it so that you can connect your house to like multiple houses in different servers and kind of jump around, which would be really cool. But this does look like what they're saying here is people will be able to make things and then share them exactly the way that they were made. I don't know if that's going to be like if you built something in a 120 by 120 by 120 flame altar. If you can go and download the blueprint, and when you place the flame altar, it'll ask you to upgrade the altar, and then when you upgrade it, you can bring in a different blueprint from someone else who already created something that will just put it in that space. Or I mean, I'm very curious to see how they're going to do this, but it sounds really exciting. That is really cool. That's something that makes me happy. From Call, I'm looking forward to seeing more of the world. I think that what we have in store is going to be really cool. Okay. Base sharing and weather, although both will still take a longer time. They give us a little time frame on that. Weather and base sharing are not ready. Does our Discord server count? That's the community manager, which is funny. And from Ben, improving in advanced combat, adding new monsters, small and big. Very cool. Yeah, I like this right here. They kind of gave us an outline that the base sharing and weather are not ready yet. I wonder how far along they are in this like the shared gameplay experiences, because that's going to be really cool. It's going to allow people to actually basically mod other people's games by creating things that they can pull into their games, and that is going to make this game timeless, like Skyrim. I mean, Skyrim's still around after what 10 plus years, so very cool. Whatever happened to Elder Scrolls 6? It's a question I'd like to ask Bethesda, but let's go back in here. All right, let's see another question. Let's see what this one is. Would love for an endgame content that may have some sort of competitive aspect, like a timer to complete, or perhaps gauntlet with progressively harder enemies to see how fast or far one can get with the best gear. Perhaps seasonal challenges to complete that rotate to keep players engaged over time too. Like certain enemy types and gauntlets like skelly boys during Halloween time, ice creatures during winter months, and fire creature during summer months, which do differ between hemispheres. But just an example, things that present their own unique combat challenges. The last thing is more of a pipe dream. I'm so sorry. And More pipe dream and requires some ongoing support, but figure something I'd throw out there. So let's see. Response from Simon Keen. First off, we need to preface this with a big caveat. Most of the things listed below are projects for the future. This means end of early access or later. Now, with that out of the way, here are some of the ideas we have been toying with: world events, instant dungeons, gameplay settings for servers, adding more biomes, expanding the game world, and base sharing user generated content. User generated content is the same thing. It's put in here again. This is going to be so cool for people to actually share bases. Um, Now the sharing, I don't like the way they phrase these because base sharing to me sounded like you would have multiple people on a base with their own. They'd be able to lock their own chests. They'd be able to have their own section of the base, not section, but they'd be able to have their bed, their chests, their stuff that's private to them, passwords on their stuff maybe. Um, but apparently, what they're talking about in base sharing is literally sharing a base that you build. So you build a base, you can share that with another player by either putting it on a website and having them download it like a mod, or directly sending a link to something to a friend so they can basically take what you created and put it into their world. And that is really, really cool. I'm excited about that. Procedurally generated outer map around Emberville would be epic. I thought that was special flame altar you could build that would teleport you to different. That's funny. Okay, let's go back and actually look at the devs' answers. So, stuff we need to. We're currently planning to. We're continuing to work on. Let's see this. I don't think I read this one yet. Can we expect rework of passive tree, especially melee's side, as many nodes here are either weak, boring, underwhelming, shield bash anyone, or all three. Special moves are much worse than simple normal attack spam and woefully impractical. Any ways for melee to deal with flying enemies, like spending stamina using hook on flying enemy to yank them to the ground, temporarily stun, considering ever increasing prominence of such enemies at higher levels. That is an issue actually with melee characters. It's very difficult to fight flying creatures. I constantly spam my like double jump attack, and it just sometimes I hit them on the way down. Most of the time I don't. If you Let's see, we're continuing to work on class balancing. So thanks for your feedback. We're actively thinking about improvements to the combat system, but can't promise imminent changes, as some of that is still experimental. Just a reminder, it's easier for us to answer questions. Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Let's check this one out. Couple of questions. Uh, will build assets be available to be rotated in full 3D eventually? Do we have an ETA on the ability to add location names on our maps? That would be nice to see if they answer this. I'm not going to let you see the answer yet. Do you have a planned total of NPC crafters you will have in the game? Yes. Please let us label our map markers. Okay, there's somebody responding. Prop rotation. We currently don't have plans, but think about it. Main reason for that is the complexity of our control and UI, but we see the creative value. Okay. Add location names. We're planning to add naming for several elements, like naming your bases, naming custom map markers, or creating name signs. We do not have the ETA, but it's likely that those elements will be part of one of the next updates. Hopefully. I cannot wait for that. NPC crafters, we're not decided yet on how many NPC crafters there will be in the game. However, there are plenty of ideas for different NPC roles. So expect your bases to be a lot more crowded in the future. Cool. We're still working on that. So soon, hopefully, naming. Naming is so important. I mean, really, I have like 1,000 markers on my map, and I don't know what any of them are. No idea what the fuck's happening on my map right now. Let's see. This is Feel Your Pain. I love this game so far. Everyone I've bought it for is cursed into playing feels the same. Congratulations on the success, everyone. Fighting and dying together, we have constant issues with reclaiming our death markers. I'm tired of shouting, "You got my stuff," for the love of that holy. Give our death markers our names in big, bright, flashing letters and more than 8 flame shrines. And there's so many towns I want to rebuild, and I want to live NPCs, live in the skeletons. Make me so sad. I need a dog, not a fight, but to feed and take care of in game. I have so many juicy game meats to feed them. If you read the roadmap, you will see they implement named tombstones in future. Yeah, duh. Okay. We feel your pain concerning the nameless tombstones and will improve that. Same for villagers and pets in your base. It's on our roadmap, but they will still take some time. Okay. Well, hopefully in the next update they'll just do a quality of life update for naming, just naming, like one update that's like name everything finally, and just bring it all out at once. That'd be cool. If the next one, which should be coming in the next week or so. Let's see. Let's see what this one is here. Hi, Toast. As a builder, first and foremost, I have two questions. Do you have any plans to add creative mode, like in, for example, Valheim, where can freely build and even fly around without needing to manage materials in your inventory? In the same vein, how about a free camera mode which allows players to naturally capture better screenshots and cinematic videos sequences for building showcases without having to rely on something like Cheat Engine, which could potentially cause issues? On the topic of Cheat Engine, which some builds have been using to try and gain some of the above features? What's your stance on modding for Enshrouded in the future? Ooh, good question. All right, let's go straight down here. Okay, so Simon Keen. Longer term, we can imagine adding an actual creative mode. Okay. As we did in Portal Knights, but that is not part of our current roadmap. Okay. Photo mode with free camera is another popular request. Nobody's asking for this one harder than our video producer. For reasons you may imagine, it's a maybe. It's cool to see that people are already investing a lot of effort in creating mods. We don't have the bandwidth at the moment to support that properly on our end, and our philosophy is more to support your creativity from within the game than passing the burden of dealing with more technical problems to our players. The cheat engine is not supported by us. Has been known to create issues, so use it at your own risk. Okay. Very interesting. Kind of dodged that question like a fucking politician, didn't they? Mm-hmm. Mods is something that I really think they need to get into to make this game withstand the test of time. And games that have mods, especially through Nexus mods, they become pretty fucking big and they stay around for a long time. Skyrim, GTA 5, two great examples. Without the modding community behind those games, the games would not have lasted as long as they did. But because the modding community is there, there's so much content that couldn't have been created just by Rockstar. And I think that's important. And Bethesda. But either way, modding, shit, that needs to be top priority for them at some point. They need to let the players bring in the world for them, build everything for them and put it in there. It's user generated content. Great way to make money. Excuse me. Sorry, I was dying over there. All right, let's get back into the questions. Let's see. What's the next one? You've really developed a great game. Are there any plans for equipment that is not intended for combat? For example, mining equipment that has a helmet with a lamp so that you have a light while mining. And the equipment reduces stamina consumption when mining, increase the yield. Huh. Keen Anthony from King Games, which is the creative director. Well, we do have any equipment on the roadmap. Ah, that was annoying. So who's to say that we could include once that feature is released? Basically, what I'm saying is if you have cool ideas, we're always listening. Okay. Another very good dodging of the question. Uh-oh. This one was answered in a language that I can't speak. Let's see if we can translate it. My question is, have you planned an in-game? Interesting. Oh, let's read this. This is some of that in English. My question is, have you planned an end game once we get a shroud-free world full of life again? I'd really love to reach once a stage where the shroud doesn't come back at all with resetting, and everything just turns beautiful again on the other side of a definite and would be kind of sad after investing hundreds of hours. I really look forward to whatever will come next in the updates. Thanks for your AMA. What's your tag where there's uncooling background? Unfortunately, we currently don't plan to have a permanent end state for the game world. As with multiplayer in mind, replayability of everything in the world is necessary. On the other hand, we see that a lot of people have great fun rebuilding lots of ruined places in the world, which is in the spirit of the game. So we'll think about that again. Okay. Yeah, I mean that would be kind of cool. One of the things I kind of wish that the shroud didn't come back when you killed the areas, just because those areas like you saved the world from the shroud, and even populations could form in them. Maybe like little villages will pop up, or you could build villages and put NPCs in them. I think that would be kind of badass. I don't know. I think it'd be cool. But let's see what else. What's the next thing on the list here? Adding more. Let's see this one. Just want to let you know we're having a blast with your game. It's so much fun on our own server with friends. We are looking forward to the next parts of the map to be revealed. My question, what are your plans regarding loot? Will it be randomized or are you planning to add more variety and more rewarding loot? We were hoping to find something interesting items in hollow halls, for instance. Okay, Anthony responds. We will keep adding more loot for you to discover. Also, in already accessible areas of the world, the hollow halls actually do feature unique weapons with specific damage types. Sacred with the specific damage type sacred damage, along with the general longer range to better handle big groups of enemies like the ones you find in the hollow halls. Okay. 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 hmm Let's see what we got here. The devs are awesome. I really hope you guys have a continuous, sustainable business model to keep your awesome team and the game alive for decades. I would definitely pay for future DLCs after the game is complete. If the content and quality resembles this output for the price I've always paid, I never had so much fun in a long term. And I haven't had so much fun in a long time. It said I never had so much fun in a long time, which is contradictory. But we'll just move to the answer. We're very happy to hear that we've built a community that is supportive of Enshrouded in our team. We currently don't have plans for any other paid content, but we are clear that we won't offer any kind of paid content during early access. After full release, we might consider paid DLC in addition to free updates, similar to what we did with Portal Knights. But we are not sure yet. Our focus is still on offering a premium game in the first place. Good answer, politicians. Good answer. Base sharing and weather, although both will still take a longer time. Oh, okay. Hi, dev team. Thanks for doing this. What features are you guys most excited about working on? Okay, base sharing and weather. The shared gameplay experiences. So, oh, he added that. That's why I brought this one back up. Yeah, we already read through that. It's just the bot pushed it to the top because it had been added to. Looks like an addition to something else. All right. Let's. I read that. I shouldn't have yet. Let's click out here. So here we go. Hi everyone. Wait. Hey guys, just wanted to say Hollow Halls are super fun. I love the dungeon delving, and they just look so good. So after everything in the roadmap, fishing has to be coming down the pipeline, right? Every great game has a fishing mechanic. He said we don't even have water yet. You're asking us to commit to a fishing minigame. Where would you fish in the lava pools? But that's funny. Yeah, so there's not water yet. It is on the world map, and that water was actually in the come features on the roadmap down here. Water looks like something they just kind of threw at the end because people have been asking about water. There's no water in the world of Uncharted, but there's kind of a reason for that is built into the lore of the game. So it might be something. Eventually, it would be cool if you could make boats. If you could build boats on Enshrouded, and if they could figure out a way to make a floating platform that you could build on and build whatever you want, that would be awesome. And if they surrounded the world with water in general, just made it more of islands, or had giant areas of water like Valheim between islands, that'd be really cool. I'd enjoy that. I think. Let's see what this one is. Any update on individual quest progression? That's the only thing that's missing that keeps my friends playing the game with me. Any update on individual quest progression is the only thing that's missing is that keeps this question. This is my question. This is what is holding me back from a purchase or two. Okay, world versus personal progression is currently tentatively scheduled for the next update. We've been a bit taken aback by how common the request was, because we had not realized just how many of you want to hang out in your own world exploring and questing, even when your friends aren't around. It isn't a testament to how immersive the game can be. It's a fun. Here's the new thing nobody thought would be a problem. Anyway, we're on it. Auto pickup is a popular demand. We plan to make improvements to the item collection in the future. As for the respective perceived power levels of specific builds, we're also keeping our ear to the ground. We know many of you think melee is subpar on the damage front. Generally, we want to refine class balance over time and look closely at the comments on this topic. I don't feel that melee does less damage, but it's much easier to disperse large amounts of enemies. I ran through the first Hollow Halls dungeon in about 10 minutes with my melee character as a self heal build, and I was able to take out 50, 60 enemies at a time by jumping and using my power attacks. I didn't have an issue at all. Double hit kill everything, but there's some people aren't. I haven't really played through Magic. Air damage is decent, but I don't think it's really that much more than sword once you have enough strength points into your sword. Um, I don't know. Interesting. I didn't really think of that because I haven't had those issues. Let's see this. Looks like we're getting close to the end of what they have written already. This was 37 minutes ago. It's now 9:41. Was the last comment they did 37 minutes ago? Let's read this one real quick. Are there any plans for adding non-hostile NPCs you can encounter in the open world? I'm not talking about the craftspeople you can recruit, but rather just some humans so the world feels more alive. Because right now it can feel a bit empty from time to time, or maybe some other plans for making the world feel more alive. Our focus now is for making your base feel more alive, more NPCs, and enriching the world with additional wildlife and enemies. Okay. I want to farm an NPC, loot plants and wood on my farms. This guy's trying to get Power World running and shouted. All right. Let's see. I'm going to hit refresh on this and see if anything else comes up. Ooh, there's a lot more stuff now. Okay. Keep adding more. I think we're right here. Let's see. Oh, there's a lot more coming. Cool. Let's go. So this is 37 minutes ago. When and how do you plan on rolling out an animal breeding? Um, I know it's on your roadmap, but I'm wondering if it will end up being something on the skill tree or maybe as a part of a crafting station, or if we will have to trap them like in Valheim. It says we are currently discussing initial design for this topic, so it will still take a bit to talk about specifics of implementation. So in that case, when things are happening like that, what you want to do is you want to start putting comments into Reddit about what you want in the husbandry system, because they are listening to the community, which is really cool, and they're talking to the community, which is really cool. A lot of game developers just don't do that. Um, so I think that people should be going to Reddit and talking about the one. They obviously do follow the Reddit post when you upvote it. Those things do get viewed by the devs, so should do that. Should do that. Um, let's see. Horses. Let's see what this says right here. Oh, whoa, what? Would you rather fight 100 duck-sized horses or one horse-sized duck? A more serious note, is there any plan to give rangers an infinite source of ammo or give them a tea party with mana? I don't think we should have infinite source of ammo. I don't like that. Currently, it's very hard to justify playing any kind of ranger class when they're already the weakest of the three classes. In terms of combat effectiveness, that's not true either. And also have an entire extra part of their loadout that they have to farm for and craft. Oh, you're an idiot, fucking Smuck McDuck. Consider an enchanted quiver or something. That I could see. Maybe enchanted quiver would modify the arrow count, so when you make 10, you get 50 or something cool like that, maybe. But that would be less game breaking, I think. Something along those lines of a function similar to an eternal spell, so that rangers can actually be playable without just feeling like masochism. That's not. The horses, obviously, normal ducks are already psychopaths. I can't imagine their destructive power if they were over 100 times heavier. And that's definitely on our radar. We're actively looking into ways to give rangers options that are more economical. I don't know. I totally agree with the ducks. Blah 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 blah. Anything else? No, they moved on from that comment, so I will too. Hi guys, thank you for giving us the opportunity. It seems that Lord's choice to have all weather turned into Shroud stuff was a deliberate one. Can you speak to what thinking behind that was? Are the engine's limitation with liquids, or are they going to play an important role in the lore? Both. Simulating liquids in a realistic manner is extremely complex, even in games where the world is static and cannot be modified. If you add the possibility of changing the terrain around the liquid, and even worse, changing in real time in a volumetric voxel world with networking, the problem becomes orders of magnitude more complex, not to mention demanding in resources. It was clear that we wouldn't be able to include water in our early access version of Enshrouded, but we wanted to have natural barriers within the shroud, so we designed our lore around that. We love the idea to have water and heard the call from the community, so we want to make it work. It's still technical research topic for us in terms of lore. You can imagine that regions above the shroud would leave bodies of water untouched in certain regions. Okay. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Uh, I think they did a pretty good job in Portal Knights of the water system. You could move water around. You could actually break out, make little lakes and stuff with the water that was there, and the water would fill in very much like Minecraft. So, I mean, I know that they can do it, and they did it well in Portal Knights. This game is a little bit more realistic, so they have to make the water a little bit more realistic. I'm not really sure how exactly they do it, but I know that they have done it in the past, and it is extremely possible to do. So we'll see. See what happens. What's our next question? This one here. Are there plans to add more weapon archetypes, such as dual wielding and whatnot? Also, I would do anything to be able to use two-handed scythe. I saw in any sense. The response, definitely. We are always cooking up ideas for new weapons. I think you'll be very happy with one of the things we have coming in the next major update. Okay. Oh, I hopefully it's the daggers. I think daggers are important, and I see over here my heart is broken when I saw no daggers. They do have a stealthy character. I think daggers are kind of implied that should be there. I think that'd be a cool. Let's see what this is. For those of us that don't have a group of friends that play games, is there any plans for looking for a group feature or at least a lobby or chat to go find groups? It's called Discord. They have uh, currently there's a lot of other multiplayer systems we should probably focus on first before we start making something like group finding system. Giving host players more control over what others can do in their game is important to make finding new friends a positive experience. Our Discord server men are probably good places to find others to join, but we'll consider adding more options to connect with others in the future. Yeah, duh. The first thing is what they're saying is right now, if anyone comes into your world that you don't know, they can just completely fuck you. They can take all your shit. They can break all your stuff. Sucks. That's another thing they need to implement is basically the server rights, or not server rights necessarily, but rights locking chests, setting it up so that you can invite someone to your base, which I thought the base sharing meant you could add people to like a group that were in your base only, and no one else could touch it unless you give them permissions. But just permissions in general would be something that needs to be added before you can really just jump into a random 16 person server because everyone's sharing everything at this point. It's very difficult, especially with people you don't know. So that's something. Let's see. Let's see. What is your vision for NPC? Will we be able to make towns alive again? Will we be able to assign jobs to NPCs? Thanks for your good answer. Huh. Hillfolk NPCs are on the roadmap. We know many of you are hoping to breathe more life into your bases, and we hope to improve NPC interactions. So stay tuned for that in the future update. In a future update, not the future update. A future update. Let's see. Console versions. Let's see what this one is. Oh, actually. Love, love, love this game. Have two QOL requests. The ability to customize map markers would be a huge lifesaver. A quick pick for everything around you. A quick pickup for everything around you. Specific radius would also be amazing. Edit. The ability to hold a torch and melee weapon. Interesting. Further improvements to the maps are coming. Radius-based loot pickup is something we have scheduled as a quality of life improvement as well. Okay. Well, yep. It's coming. I mean, that's funny. That's really the only one can ask or answer right now to any of these questions. Is we're working on it. Any plans for console release? Any plans for handheld optimizations for devices like Legion Go? Raw Ali. Console versions are supposed to launch together with our 1.0 PC, so we move faster during early access. We still have a longer list of goals for our PC release, so we can't give a date for that yet. Optimization for handheld devices that aren't Steam Deck is probably out of scope for us right now. To ensure the game gets attention on your platform, seeding the system our way really works well. And you can find the studio's address on our website. Oh, that's cool. Okay. So they say sending the system our way, as in sending them different game systems to try and weird. All right. Well, I'm going to take a quick break, guys. I'm going to grab some water. I'm going to smoke a cigarette. And then we will come back and read through some more comments. If anybody's in here right now, thanks for coming in. I do appreciate it. Please follow, like, subscribe. I'm going to be doing a full Enshrouded playthrough, probably starting today, with a brand new character in a brand new world. So it's going to be fun. I'm going to do that right here on YouTube. I've been streaming on Twitch for years, but now it's YouTube time. So we're going to see how that works out. But I will return it in one sec. I don't think that I actually have a be right back, do I? Let's find out. So, let's see. I think we're right here. Let's check out this one. So, I understand a large portion of the map has yet to be finished. Will you be completing and releasing it in sections along with requisite gear and character level updates, such that another part of the map will be available to play during early access, or is the plan to not release any further sections until the game's full release go live? Generally, map expansion should come regularly with our major updates, usually in this form of new biomes or content like we released in Hollow Halls. So, no, the general plan is to release it when we feel it's ready. We're not going to hold it back and force you guys to wait for the full release. So, they will be obviously making new biomes. The mountain biome should be coming next, I believe. Let's see what we got here. There was a game called EverQuest Landmark that was a basic testbed for EverQuest Next. Several years ago, shut down in 2017, that had voxel-based buildings similar to Enshrouded. I know at the very least they had 45-degree voxel, and you could build with an additional to things like cone-style roofs. That was cool. Landmark was actually, they took a lot of the buildings that people created in Landmark and actually put them in the game EverQuest Next, which was a game that I did play with my wife back then. Um, They said there are plans for angle, voxel, and other varied blocks to allow the player base to create more intricate bases. Also, are there plans to create glass as a building block beyond just an ingredient? Thank you. It's currently not on our roadmap. It's a tricky one, both from a technical and UI perspective, but it's not that we don't like the idea so far now. I can only promise that we'll have further discussion on the topic. Our goal is certainly to improve our building system to allow you to create even crazier bases or crazier builds. A lot of double talk, but they're okay. It's okay. It's happening. It's okay. Let's see. First of all, congrats and thank you for this game. Second, is there an approximate date for the next map portion release? We aim to release a smaller sub-biome with our second major update. It adds more variety and new content to our already existing biome. For the next full-size biome, we're looking further out than that, several months at least, as it needs a lot more content to come with that. Okay. So it's gonna be a few months before we get the mountain biome, apparently. But it looks like it said our second major update, it will add more variety and new content to already existing biome. Okay. Okay. Cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. And did anyone ask when the next update is going to be? I haven't seen that yet. Hopefully that's something. Let's see what we got here. Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. Stop, stop, stop. Go back. You. Any plans to add more shapes to building, etc., curved shapes? Also to be able to rotate building blocks in much smaller increments, not just 90-degree increments. We answered a very similar question here. Let's go see what that was. General yeah, okay. It's not our current roadmap. This is tricky for both of you. Yeah, that's we just read that. So, let's see what the next one is. Let's see what we got here. I wonder, will we ever get our hands on blocks and terrain materials with transparency? I noticed that literally nothing in the game has transparency yet. Is it hard to create that in an engine, or is it just not on the table for anything content related yet? Will the next update give us some sort of new terrain materials, like something pure white, not like limestone with the shadowing, or something like a golden terrain material or wooden terrain material marble? Asking as a sculpting fan. Thanks for the game. You're all awesome. Transparency is a tricky one to get right at the performance. So we avoid that for now, but to be honest, we will look at it again in the future, like glass windows and other things. We can promise that there will be new non-transparent building and terrain materials for you in future updates. Maybe not specifically what you've asked for, but certainly good suggestions. Okay. Do you plan on adding more building block materials in addition to the options to craft more base materials, such as how you added flower pots, round windows, and doors? And will there be more building blueprints added, such as triangle blueprints, so we can build arches and diamond style windows? Oh, for sure. Our artists are always coming up with new decorations, several of which we have added in Hollow Halls update, like our new round doors. We also have more types of blocks in the works, but I don't think I'm allowed to spoil what those are yet, so you'll just have to wait and see. Okay. You could share any details about the upcoming mountain biome. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm curious about what sort of new monsters, new critters, or plants we might encounter. If you can't share any of that, is there some out of context detail you could share that is favorite about the area? The mountains will still take a bit more time as it's our first new full biome, and we'll start development on that parallel to other additions to the game. Also, mountains need mountain weather. Okay. So the weather system is going to be coming with the mountain biome, which will probably take a little bit longer. But I'm sure that they are currently working. But it says we'll start development on that in parallel to other additions to the game. They haven't started development of the mountains, apparently. At least that's what he just said. So that could take a little bit longer than I anticipated. Interesting. I have really fallen in love with the lore and characters you read about in the notes for the game. Will there be a chance that more of them return one way or another as an actual NPC or enemy? Thanks. We will continue the extended lore available as NPCs over time. So maybe. Maybe seems to be a good answer. Hi, everyone. We're going to get started. Wait, I'm reading the wrong part. Will we be getting the ability to raise livestock or pets, possibly taming wildlife, wolf cubs, for example? It's very early days for the design of this feature, so we cannot give out more detail. We're keeping an eye on your comments, though. Okay. It starts out with "Don't hold your breath." Wait. Hey, everyone. I want to ask the approximate time at which we will get water because I saw it on the roadmap. Like a year or a month, anything would do. I just want to know because I have so many things I want to implement water in. Don't hold your breath for water. It is probably one of the most complex features to add to Enshrouded, and we're just in preliminary exploration phases of it. It would work with our system. For now, is luminescent blocks it is. Okay. That So they're working on like a water block feature right now so you can at least make it look like water, I guess. I don't know, but that's interesting. Don't hold your breath for water. Ooh. Ooh, this is the question I think I just read that right. Let's see. There's already a big plan when the next content update will. Is there already a plan when the next content update will be released? What can we expect as the biggest feature of the next update? Oh, why is the reply not there? It looks like there was a reply. Currently, update 2 is scheduled. See full description. Wait, what? Whoa, what's that? Wait. Look, okay. It says currently update 2 is scheduled, and it stops right there. When you click on this, the thread doesn't have an answer. Is there already a plan when the next kind of release we can expect to see? It looks like they deleted the comment, but the bot still picked it up. Oh, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. It doesn't say. But here on the bot, it says currently update 2 is scheduled, and it stops. Oh man, that is such a fucking teaser. That's the question I was just asking, and it looks like they posted it and then redacted it. Hmm, that really sucks. That really sucks. When we see more decorative items be added, placeable that are already in game and can be seen in buildings around the land, like kitchen stoves, etc., that should be very easy to do and would help very much with decorating. Will the ability to scale doodads be added? Barrels are just too big for my needs. Oh, okay. Doodads isn't things in the game. We are going to add more props for building with every update, including adding recipes for existing props. So please share your suggestions. Uh, 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 uh. Motherfucker, why? I want to go back to this again. Single comment that they answered this question and then they redacted it. It looks like they fucking took the answer off. And all we can see is currently update 2 is scheduled and there's nothing there. That is so fucked up. Man, that is so fucked up. I'm gonna go back and do some research on that, see if anybody got a screenshot of that or saw what it said before it was deleted or removed or whatever. Hmm. Many know the map shall expand northwards, especially now that there's a frame around what is presumed to be the final size. But the thing I have not seen asked are there plans for vertical expansion on the map? Is it clear the game inspired from Zelda Breath of the Wild and the TOTK? What the fuck is TOTK? The other TikTok? Whoa, wait, what? I'm tripping because I know what this is and I can't fucking think of the name of this game right now, and it's probably something stupid that I know. Uh, Valheim is the other thing I would say. Whatever. So I wonder if there's a chance to see Sky Island or even depths like Underworld, full of shroud and darkness. That's super dangerous but rewarding, and cool looking creatures hang out or whatever. Um, where's the answer to this? Is there an answer to this? Wait a minute. Where are their answers? Pistol shotgun. Few more replies. Nope, not seeing an answer there. But once again, we're going to add no spoilers. We will be experimenting with. Why are these not working now? You plan on introducing crafting chains, as in somehow showing the recipe tree for advanced crafts. For example, for magical chests, I need shroud cores made from shroud parts done by the alchemist, wood made from planks made by the woodcutter. But aside from memorizing the recipes or going through my craft journal, I have to check out a lot of options to find out where each part is made at. To avoid making second comment, are there any plans to let us build the stuff we currently see but can't build ourselves, like tall metal window frames in Ferndale or the wooden fences found in the same area? Let's see. We will be experimenting with Grapple Hook to give a broader set of features. However, we cannot give details at this point. We're also looking into how to improve the UI, so visualizing and crafting chains in a better way is something we could imagine for the future. Also, we are constantly adding more elements to our crafting chains. We will be having an eye on community comments to have a sense of the most need props so thanks for the suggestion. Cool. Let's see if this will come up now. I really want to see what the answer to this question was. It's not there. There's no fucking answer. I feel like that was removed. Currently, update 2 is scheduled and it stopped. Okay. And there's no spoilers one I believe didn't come up either. No spoilers. The only thing we will say is that the world is now a full kilometer taller than the map that was available during the closed beta for reasons. It looks like they might actually do some sky stuff. That's kind of cool. They could build up. Wow, that is crazy. So there might actually be like sky stuff. That'd be cool. All right. See here our reply on. See what the question was. I believe in hey guys, thanks for the amazing game. Even in early access, me and my friends are thoroughly enjoying it, with many hundreds of hours already on record. I believe an active modding community can not only enhance a game during its development, but also keep a game relevant long after development is concluded. That's what I said. Do you plan to develop a mod kit? Can't help but notice modding support within 5.9k votes. Currently not planned on your suggestions page. Any particular reason for that? That is actually what I said too. And this is the response they already gave, which I believe basically said we're not really looking at that right now. His answer was longer term. We imagine adding an actual creative mode, as we did in Portal Knights, but that is not part of our current roadmap. Photo mode free. It's cool. People are already interested in a lot of effort to create mods. We don't have the bandwidth at the moment to support that properly and on our end. And our philosophy is more to support your creativity within the game than passing the burden off and dealing with more technical problems to our players. See, I think that's a mistake. I think they should be making that one of their most important things right now. If the thing that's going to happen is if they actually give the game mod support and create a modding kit for people to use to create mods for the game, it's going to give all these people who are complaining about not having enough updates fast enough a lot of content to play with between updates, which will basically keep the game alive between updates. So they don't have to work so hard on getting things out there. If the community is building constant stuff for the game, there'll always be constant stuff available for people to play. And I think that is really important. And if they opened it up like that, it could seriously the longevity of the game would just increase tenfold. There would always be something to do. We'd be spending time looking for mods constantly to add things to our world, and I think that would be a really smart way for them to play this. The game is amazing, but people are still blowing through the content quickly, and then they're stuck waiting for new content again. And a lot of people, that's cool. They'll just build. They love building. A lot of people don't like to build that much, and they just have a basic functional base, and they want to be able to go out and explore. And when you run out of stuff to explore, if you had a community modding, they could add more things to explore. Obviously, they wouldn't be able to add more map areas because the map areas will be coming, but they could make additional dungeons and stick them random places in the world, which I think the content sharing is going to kind of do um, when that's implemented. But still, modding I think would just be something that they really should be looking into letting happen just for the game in general. I think it'd be better. It'd be better for everybody, including the devs. Let's see. You guys have a Discord channel that gets plenty of interaction. Why do you go to other platforms when you want to interact with community, building contests, O.M.A, X.M.A, A.M.A on Reddit? But your main info dumps on Discord. It seems very counterproductive and a hassle to your community as much as yourselves. Well, if we said ask your questions whatever you want, would probably be even harder to keep track of them. We had to pick a comment section like platform for something like this, so Reddit was the obvious choice. If you hate it here, don't worry, we'll be collecting all the answers and we'll be giving and posting them elsewhere after we're done in a more organized format. Most things we post that are important, at least, will cross-platform to majority of our platforms. Discord is the worst platform for AMAs, in my opinion. Okay, this is just another guy commenting on his comment. All right, so here we are. See here, apply on. Let's go ahead and refresh this and see what we have next. Let's see. This comment was put 51 minutes ago. Okay, it is now 10:29 a.m. It started at 8 a.m. So this was 9 o'clock ish or 9:30 ish. It said 2 hours. It says right here. Um, making a vote, so don't forget to check out live. We'll sit down for a couple hours to answer as many questions as we can. So they should still have posts after that one, but it's possible they do not. I think they may have gotten tired and just given up. Edited 50 minutes ago. This says edited 50 minutes ago. Edited 51 minutes ago. Yeah, that's interesting. So is that it? Is that all we're getting? Huh. I think that might be everything, guys. I think I got through the whole thing. They didn't really answer anything specific, and the one answer that was specific or looked like it was currently update 2 is scheduled. I wonder if that's the entire answer. Currently update 2 is scheduled, but there's dots. But I can't read this one. And there's nothing here on the comment thread. That is the craziest thing. What do the comments say? I can't even. Oh, it's like they cut that one off completely. Let's see something. Who responded? It was, let's see, currently update 2. This was very cool user bro. Hopefully you trust the money of our audience. Huh. I'd like to personally thank everyone involved in Landmark for preparing the terrain and helping create our fan base over a decade. Yeah, let's see if I can find this. A very cool user, bro. When is the next Enshrouded update scheduled? Specific timing for the future updates was not included in the result. No shit, but they just said it. According to... That's not what I want to do. Let's go back over here one more time. Let's grab his name. Very cool username, bro. According to very cool username, bro. When is the second... What was it called exactly? What were the terms he used? Currently, update 2 is scheduled. So when is the second? When is update 2 scheduled for Enshrouded? Okay, wait, hold on. This is class second big update. All I do is change a few numbers and make the weakest play style even weaker. This is just people on Steam, but I don't know. It seems like that might be everything we're getting today. See here, plan. Well, if we said ask your questions what you wanted, probably would be even harder to keep track of them. Like a sense. Oh, edit 2, all done. That's just the end right there. We've gone slightly over our time budget and answered as many questions as we could in the time we had. We hope you all had a good time following along, and sorry if we didn't get to your question. It was fun, and we'll probably do this again later. Meanwhile, feel free to drop by our Discord and say hi. Thanks so much for hanging out. We'll also have recaps in the coming weeks to go over all the questions we answered here. The Keen Game team. Well, okay. Well, that's it. It's over. The event's over now. So, thanks for watching, guys. I do appreciate it. Please hit those follow, like, subscribe, share buttons. And I will be back here probably at some point today, playing a brand new playthrough of Enshrouded, a new character and a new world, and we'll do a complete walkthrough. It'll be fun. Sweet. Thanks for watching, and keep MMOing.
Hey, thanks so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate you. If you like what I do, please hit those follow, like, subscribe, and share buttons. And for links to my Instagram, my Twitter, my Facebook, my YouTube, the MMOing store, the podcast, and more, check out my website,
MMOing.news.blog.
And if you want to help me get a real.com and keep the stream flowing smoothly, consider becoming an MMOing supporter. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next stream.